Welcome, fellow deep divers, to another exploration. Today, we're digging into a really interesting topic where land, demand, and, well, human connections all meet: the world of hunting leases.
It's a fascinating area.
Yeah, we've pulled together some great sources for you, including pieces like the relationship between the landowner and hunter in a hunting lease and demand for hunting leases on the rise, both from Basecamp Leasing.
Good sources definitely capture the trends.
Right. So our mission, like always, is to pull out those key bits of info, give you that shortcut to being really informed, maybe uncover some surprising stuff, and, help understand what makes these deals work.
Or sometimes don't work.
Exactly. So if you've ever wondered about how access to the outdoors is changing or how land ownership and recreation are evolving, stick around. This should be insightful.
What's really striking here, and the sources point this out right away, is you've got several powerful forces all kind of coming together. They're creating this, well, booming market for hunting leases, and it affects landowners and hunters right across the country.
A booming market. So demand is up.
Significantly up, yeah. And it's driven largely by a shrinking supply of land you can actually hunt on.
Okay. Why is the supply shrinking?
Well, it's not happening in a vacuum, right? A big part is ongoing habitat destruction. Think commercial real estate spreading out, business expansion, new housing developments.
Eating into natural spaces.
Exactly. Spaces that used to be prime hunting spots.
Right.
Then you add in large corporations buying up big tracts of land and often just prohibiting hunting altogether.
Right.
And also, some landowners have maybe misconceptions about their liability, worrying about issues if the property isn't supervised.
Okay.
So all that squeezes the options.
Which puts more pressure everywhere else.
Precisely.
Yeah.
More pressure on the private lands that are available and on public lands, too, because there's just less wild space overall. So finding good quality, less pressured hunting land, that's become a really valuable thing.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit. So hunters clearly want the land. But you mentioned landowners. What are the actual, concrete benefits for them? Is it really a win-win?
Oh, absolutely. It really can be a profound win-win. Our sources spell this out clearly. First off, these leases offer a pretty significant source of passive income.
Passive income is always good?
Right, and that can be crucial for covering the costs of owning land taxes, insurance, upkeep, costs that keep going up.
Sure.
In some situations, honestly, this income can be the thing that lets a landowner keep their property instead of having to sell.
Wow, okay, that's big.
It is. And secondly, having authorized people, the hunters on the property regularly, that acts like a form of security.
Ah, interesting. Eyes on the ground.
Exactly. It can cut down on trespassing, and it minimizes those potential liabilities from unknown people being on the land.
Makes sense.
And importantly, many hunters, they genuinely care about the land. They often have a real vested interest in maintaining or even improving wildlife habitat.
So they might help out.
Yeah, which lines up perfectly with conservation goals, helps manage game population sustainably, it benefits the whole ecosystem. It can be a true partnership.
Okay, so this isn't just happening in like one or two states. It sounds like this demand is pretty widespread. Where are we seeing it most?
That's a great question. And yeah, it really shows the geographic spread and the history, too, the whole idea of hunting leases. It actually started in the Southeast.
Really?
Yeah, nearly a century ago. It's been an established thing there for ages. Still incredibly popular for whitetails, wild turkeys. Think Arkansas, Georgia, Mississippi, North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, high-demand states.
Okay. The Southeast, where else?
Well, move west, and the Midwest is, prime whitetail country. Famous for big bucks, partly because of all the agriculture.
The Corn Belt effect.
Right. So states like Illinois, Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, Wisconsin, historically huge. But now we're seeing places like Indiana, Kentucky, Missouri, Ohio, Oklahoma really emerge as hotspots, too.
Interesting. And the Northeast.
The Northeast is newer to the leasing game, relatively speaking, but it's definitely growing. Offers excellent deer hunting. Maine, New Hampshire, New York, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia. Good opportunities there, too.
So platforms like Basecamp Leasing, they handle the mechanics, the contracts, connecting people.
Yeah, they're crucial for the logistics, absolutely. Streamlining it all.
But here's what sounds really key from what you're saying and what the sources emphasize. It's not just the market forces or the location or the money.
No, not at all.
What really makes a lease successful long-term, it's the human element, isn't it? That relationship between the landowner and the hunter.
That's it, exactly. It's often underestimated, but it's the foundation. It's not just signing a paper. It's building trust, understanding.
So what does this mean for someone listening, maybe a landowner thinking about this, or a hunter looking for a spot, what's the takeaway?
It means embracing clear communication, open communication, and really cultivating mutual respect from day one.
Right from the start.
Indeed, the ideal relationship, like the source highlights, it really relies on a few key practices, things that make sure everyone has a good experience. First, and this is like absolutely critical, asking the right questions before anything gets signed.
Before the ink dries.
Exactly. Landowners need to fully get what the hunter expects. For instance, confirming, okay, is it just you hunting or are others included? That's a common one.
Yeah, I can see that being an issue.
And conversely, hunters need to figure out exactly what's expected of them. How can they use the property? What are the rules? What are their responsibilities?
No surprises later.
Right. Imagine a hunter shows up thinking they can bring 5 buddies and the landowner's rule is strictly 1 hunter. That's awkward.
Very.
So that upfront talk clears up misunderstandings, sets realistic expectations.
Okay, that upfront clarity is vital, but can you just rely on a handshake? Even with good intentions, how critical is the actual written agreement?
Oh, absolutely crucial. That leads straight to the second practice. Understand the contract details. This is non-negotiable.
Not just skimming it.
Definitely not skimming. That contract, it's not just a formality. It's there to legally protect both sides.
Yeah.
It clearly outlines all the guidelines, the expectations. For landowners, it means really grasping that, okay, signing this means you're giving up the hunting rights for your property for this specific period, usually a year.
And for the hunter?
For the hunter, it means knowing every single line, understanding specific rules, like can I plant food plots? Can I dig mineral licks? Can I put up permanent tree stands? Or maybe I can't access the property during deer breeding season.
Little details that matter a lot.
Huge details. They're legally binding once you sign. So really understanding it prevents disagreements later.
Okay, so the contract sets the structure, but then what? What happens after it's signed? How does that day-to-day interaction, the ongoing relationship, play out?
Exactly right. And that brings us to the third point, the importance of communicating effectively, on an ongoing basis.
Keeping the lines open?
Yeah. Landowners should, maybe, make an effort to check in. Ask hunters if they need help getting started or if they have any initial needs for the property. Even a simple text like, hey, anything you need before Saturday's hunt.
Yeah.
That goes a long, long way in building rapport.
Small gestures.
Tiny gestures, huge impact. It builds that solid foundation, which makes it much more likely you'll keep a good lessee long term. And that's good for everyone.
And from the hunter's side?
Equally important for the hunter to talk to the landowner. Ask about their background, the history of the place, find some common ground. It really shifts it from just a business deal to a genuine connection.
But what if things, don't go perfectly? Issues can pop up, right? How should people handle those bumps?
That's where the fourth practice comes in, addressing potential concerns ASAP.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Most people hope they won't hit major snags, but if something comes up, deal with it quickly. Small issues especially. Address them with the other person right away. Because letting things fester, unresolved problems almost always grow into bigger, harder to fix problems.
Like leaving a broken gate.
Exactly. Or ignoring a complaint about trash left behind. A small annoyance can blow up into a lease-ending fight.
So what's the approach?
Keep contact info handy. If something arises, call or text. Politely ask about it. Try to find a resolution together now. For really serious stuff, things that might need legal intervention,
Yeah.
it's crucial to turn those over to the proper authorities. Don't try to handle a potentially dangerous situation yourself or put yourself at risk. Know when to step back and get official help.
Okay, so be proactive, be respectful when you bring things up, and support each other, but know when to call in the cavalry.
Precisely. Which connects nicely to the fifth point, and it's simple, but really powerful. Lending a helping hand.
How so?
Well, maybe the landowner helps a hunter get a food plot planted, or helps them retrieve gear. Or maybe the hunter offers to help the landowner fix a fence, or clear a fallen tree after a storm.
Just being neighborly.
Exactly. Showing you care, offering help with small tasks, it builds so much goodwill. It shows a shared commitment to the place, to the relationship itself.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And ultimately, all these things, asking questions, knowing the contract, communicating, handling issues, helping out, they all rest on the sixth most fundamental principle. Treating others with kindness and respect.
The golden rule, basically.
Pretty much. It's the bedrock of any successful relationships, right?
Right.
Not just leases. It fosters that positive environment where everyone feels valued. It's about seeing the other person as a partner, not just, a transaction.
Wow. That was a really insightful deep dive. It seems so clear that whether you're a landowner looking for income and maybe some help managing the property, or a hunter searching for that quality spot,
Hmm.
the success really hangs not just on the acres or the price, but really fundamentally on the strength of that human connection.
It really does. And, this raises an important question, maybe something for you listening to think about. What does this whole evolution of hunting leases, driven by less wild space, more demand, what does it tell us about how land ownership is changing, about recreation,
Yeah.
about how we share resources in a world that feels, well, increasingly crowded?
Mm.
How might these relationships, these agreements, need to keep evolving as the pressures on land and access just continue to shift? Something to chew on.
That is a powerful thought to ponder, whether you're out connecting with nature or just thinking about the value of land and
Hmm.
respectful relationships in our world today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep.